Welcome back, everybody. It's the Rope Break. It's your favorite people.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
That was Dusty Rhodes' theme song. American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, passed away this week. I don't know about you. Me, personally, this hit me hard. Probably harder than, like, a wrestler's death or a past wrestler's death from a very long time ago.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I never really got to see much of his stuff. I wasn't that old. I'm not that old, so I didn't really ever get to see his stuff, and I never really sat back and watched any like the old stuff that you've watched.
Yeah.
So I never honestly really got to see him other than like a certain few highlights here and there. But I think I take more of it as you see what the people say about him. You've heard the things he's done for other wrestlers. Like, I know me and Jeff do it. Like, on WWE Network, they have the Legends Roundtable, and he's always on there, or people are talking about him. Everyone is always mimicking his voice.
Yes, that's the thing. He has one of those voices that you just want to mimic. I know. I know when I'm in the car, I will actually do Dusty Rhodes a lot. Like, I'll do it all the time. There's another friend of mine. Like, if we go out and play basketball before I moved to the Cleveland area, just randomly would do Dusty Rhodes impressions. He just has one of those kinds of voices that's just so fun to do his impression. And it's kind of interesting. I know anyone that does an audio show, whether it be radio, whether it be what we're doing with a podcast, you kind of want to just come up with that cool name, that nickname. Me personally, I always wanted to be the Common Man. But I didn't for two reasons. One being, it's Dusty Rhodes. You can't really take Dusty Rhodes' thing. Two, the main sports host guy in the Columbus area, he goes by the Common Man as well. So I just didn't want to do it. But it's to me, it was really, really heartbreaking to see that he passed away. I know a lot of stuff I've seen with him of stuff he does on like DVDs or doing stuff for the network. His eyes would just be like really closed lately. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like, he just didn't look like in great health, and it's weird because it came like out of nowhere. It was like for a while when he was doing stuff with both his sons on the main TV, he didn't look bad at all. But then, like, randomly when you'd see him do like these little things for the network or something, you just feared that he just looked bad. So it was kind of something I was expecting, but still, when I first saw it on Facebook, it really sucked, honestly, to see that he passed. But to me, Dusty is absolutely one of the greatest performers to ever live. Charisma-wise, you can't touch him. You really couldn't touch him. And then as far as wrestling-wise goes, he was a big dude. He was
the old style wrestling,
yeah.
You know, the old school heel versus face, like, you know, him and Ric Flair and Harley Race and all them guys, you know, they mastered all that. So
yeah, and then we're gonna get more into. This is a huge show. I felt like I was a magician.
Well, before we move on, I just wanted to say before you interrupted me like a douche.
Whatever. I can interrupt you if I want.
Well, for me, I think it was more seeing everybody's reactions. Like, I've always heard, I really have never heard anything bad about him.
No.
And you see how many people he's helped in wrestling, like the current people when he was down in NXT, and you hear how many people were just so thankful that they, were given advice or whatnot from him. And that's one of the things I always take from him. Like, I always look at him and Terry Funk on the same level as guys that will just make anybody or help anybody, give anybody advice. You know, they're willing to put people over, you know, that kind of thing. So I always admire that about him.
Yeah, and there will be people that will say negative things about him, not of him as a wrestler. but more so when you get into what he did with WCW when he was kind of controlling backstage and everything, and there's the term the Dusty finish. So there is some negativity on him in that regard, but I mean the man gave so much back to the business tenfold completely. It's been really cool to see people say things about him, especially people from NXT, like you mentioned. Some of the guys coming up, like Seth Rollins specifically, Kevin Owens, people that are now extremely relevant at the top of their game. Just saying absolutely.
That's like Paige last night. Paige paid tribute to him in her promo last night, which was absolutely fucking great.
Yes. Oh man, she's. We'll get into that because there's a whole lot of stuff. But what I was going to say is we'll get more into the kind of impact maybe that his son Cody should take upon what's going on with them, and I feel horrible for them, honestly, for Cody and for Dustin. But yep, so that happened this week. That was kind of a low spot, but I think honestly Dusty would not want it to be a low spot. I think he would absolutely want people to celebrate what he brought to the business. So let's move on. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're going to talk about Money in the Bank. We have a couple.
No shit.
It's not going to. That's not going to be a positive thing at all. Is Money in the Bank? Let me tell you. There's one shining light on that show, and that's about it.
Yep, the very first match.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We're also going to have a couple like weekly topics that we're bringing into the show. I want to talk weekly about what's going on in NXT because NXT is so big. So I feel it deserves its own weekly mention. And also with ROH coming on TV, we want to talk about that. We're also going to be talking about TNA on a weekly basis. Psych or not, TNA sucks. And then just a lot of different kind of minor issues, minor topics that I kind of just want to bounce off with you. So let's get right into it. Money in the
Let's
Bank.
bounce.
Money in the Bank.
Money in the motherfucking bank.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't spend $124 on a ticket to this crap.
Well, you know what, WWE was due for a little bit of a letdown after the last two pay-per-views. I honestly didn't think the pay-per-view was that bad as you're making it out to be. I think you're just really biased.
No, I'm not biased.
Well, of what happened, you're biased.
No, okay, here's the thing. Was the show horrible?
No, it was, I would say,
the finish
it's
is horrible.
A little bit above, or a little bit above average.
Above average? Okay, let me ask...
Well, I'm taking average a little bit above that.
Okay, let me ask you this. Does one great match, or even one great match and one solid match, does that make up for the rest of the matches just being stuff you'll never remember?
Well, I only really remember two matches that I didn't think were great, and I would say, the other 5 matches I thought were pretty good.
Really?
Yes.
I thought we were going to be more closer together on this topic. I guess not. All right, so let's get into it. What was the first match?
The first match was your favorite, the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Which I don't agree with this starting the show. When your show is called Money in the Bank, that should be your co-main event, in my opinion.
Yep, I agreed. I was now. This was great when they had 2 matches.
Yes,
when
I
they
agree.
had the Raw and the SmackDown. I didn't mind starting one off, but now that it's just one, I didn't agree with that either. So bad placement, I think.
Another thing about this match, before we even get into the winner, because the winner is amazing, is the fact that I hate these matches when you get into as many people as they have. Like if this is a
Yes, I know what you're getting at.
The cutoff is 6 to me. When they did early Money in the Bank matches, how many was it? Was it 5 or 6 people?
Yeah, something like that.
And that was good because you were able to have people in the ring at the same time and Code doing stuff. Now, it just feels so scripted. It's like you have 2 guys in, they leave, you have 2 guys in, they leave, 2 guys in.
Yeah,
it's just so set up, and it sucks.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to bring up was you watched the beginning of the match. I think it was Kane and Dolph went at it first, and he knocked Dolph out, or I don't even really remember what happened. But then Dolph laid out there for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There's no way that he would. Yeah, it's not believable. So that's the one thing that really bugs me. At least let them do something on the outside then. Fight on the outside.
And that's what they did. That's what they did early on. Is I remember there'd be people in the ring, but there'd still see people on the outside in groups with each other. It's it's just, I would have rather them not have even done this if they're going to do it like this. And I hope this was, I just want to scream about this match because I love the idea of Money in the Bank. I love it. And I think it does wonders for someone's career. But when you have a piece of shit like Sheamus that fucking wins it, what the fuck does that do?
Oh, that was great.
I mean, at least give it to... Here's dead honest truth. Dead honest truth. And I even posted this on Twitter last night, at The Rope Break. If you don't follow us on there, follow us. Because I do live tweeting for the pay-per-views at least. Once I saw that Sheamus was going up, I was begging, please let Kofi Kingston win the title or win the Money in the Bank. Just anyone besides Sheamus.
Yeah, and then Neville started climbing up. I'm like, okay, I could live with that.
I'm fine with that even. That's how I don't want Sheamus to have this damn briefcase.
I would have rather have had Kane.
Yes! I really would have. I hate Sheamus. I'm sorry. He does nothing. He really doesn't.
You give him a bad rap. He's not as bad as you make him out to be, but he's like Orton was when Orton was getting booed when he was supposed to be a face because he was so boring.
I agree.
That's what Sheamus is turning into.
Yeah, that's my point is, and especially for Money in the Bank, because what I view, maybe what I view Money in the Bank, others don't. I view it as a thing where it can do something for someone's career to get them over that hurdle. And they've done it in the past with people like Miz, people like Seth. Basically, almost everyone. I didn't really get Damian Sandow, but at the same time, it was something to maybe try to get him over the hump. So I didn't mind it. But with Sheamus, it's just, I truly believe it's just because he's in the movie, for the new Ninja Turtles movie. I really believe that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be... I wouldn't be surprised at that. And I think the other thing that I wanted to mention was just how he really doesn't do anything for him. And
it doesn't. He's been champion. He's been in the WWE for a long time now.
Yeah, and now he came back and changed his look and his music. It's like, oh well, now that you did that, we're gonna give you the briefcase. So, I don't know. It just, I agree with you. It bugged me too. And one other thing, can we have a redo on our predictions? Because I think we both fucking tanked it.
Yeah, we probably did. The last thing I want to bring up with Money in the Bank before we move on, because I can go on a I hate Sheamus rant for an hour, is I really do hope that there is a Money in the Bank on the line match down the line. Mm-hmm. They've done it in the past. They did it with, who was it? Mr. Anderson, I believe they.
Yeah.
I hope
against RVD.
That's it. Okay. So I hope.
I think no, it was against Edge.
Yeah,
that's
right. That's how Edge got it. Yeah. So I really do hope they do that, because I think this was a blunder on their behalf. It's not me hating Sheamus. It's me hating what they did with an opportunity for someone to make someone into a main eventer, or at least get them the kind of testing of being up the ladder, so to speak.
Yeah. And then one other thing I wanted to bring up about this was, what did you think of Bray Wyatt attacking Roman Reigns?
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that. I loved it, because I love Bray. I am starting to enjoy Roman as well. So those guys together, which I believe they should both be main eventers, putting those two in a feud, and in maybe not a main eventing feud, but an upper mid-carder kind of feud at least a featured feud. I think that's a great idea, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Yeah. The one thing though that I did not like about this is it makes no sense. Yeah, we might find something out about it tonight on Raw, very possibly. But
Bray doesn't make sense. That's his whole thing.
It does not. There's nothing that will make sense about it. There was no reason.
There's no sense of Taker and Bray.
Yeah, but he was at least came at him with it, though. There was nothing that led up to this. Like, why the hell did he attack him for just no reason?
He's going to explain it.
I understand that, but there is nothing that he will say to me that will make me fucking understand that. Like, his family fucked my dad over back in the day, so I attacked him tonight.
Exactly.
Like,
it's going to be a family thing. You get IRS in here, you get one of the wild Samoans in here, we're good.
Oh, my God. All right, just fucking go on.
What's the next match on tap?
Who the fuck knows?
I thought you had it in front of you. I got it in front of me.
You're aggravating.
I know I'm aggravating you. That's the point. All right, so the Divas Championship match.
Which I thought was actually a pretty solid match.
Well, first of all, before we get into the match, the promo that Paige did before this match,
yeah, was probably one of the best I've heard in a long time.
Fucking phenomenal. Like, yeah. That's how a woman wrestler is supposed to speak.
Yeah, so hopefully they give her more of a opportunity and some mic time to do that.
Either that, or hopefully they just.
They should get. I mean, I think they should give all the women mic time. I mean, the Bellas only really do the backstage thing when they have someone feeding them questions.
Yep.
You know, I want to see her come out to the ring and cut something.
Yeah.
I mean, and the match wasn't bad at all. Nikki actually did some really impressive things. Paige, you know, is the best women's wrestler in the company.
Yeah, I agree.
The ending was already done like a week before and just fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm sick of it, and it goes both ways now. Like, the ending was that Brie came in and she.
You want to make them into top women, let them actually wrestle and do, you know, athletic things and prove that they belong there. Like, Nikki hasn't proven to us yet that she belongs. She hasn't really gone out there with a solid match that says, okay, she's Divas champion because of how she's performing right now. She hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Brie because Brie's the better of the Bellas, and she's the one that's getting.
Nah, Nikki's gotten a lot better, but I understand your grief.
I mean, the best thing Nikki's ever done was suck John Cena off.
You suck Cena.
So I mean, do I give Nikki a hard time? Yeah, but she's not good. And I'm just really sick of these finishes. This is Dusty.
Yeah, this has been going on since they got in the company.
Yeah.
So, I understand. All right, next match.
But before we go, I just want to say it was a good match. I know we have a lot to talk about. You want me to go on. I do think it was a good match. I just really hated the ending. No matter what now, if the Bellas get involved or not, and you win or you don't win, you're going to lose. So the fans lose. The Intercontinental Championship match. This match was awesome if you love horrible matches. Big Show and Ryback. It was like, what was it, like 6-7 minutes?
Yeah, but then Miz got involved and DQ'd.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, why didn't you just make this a triple threat match?
Well, that's what they're leading up to now.
But why didn't you just do it in the first place? What's the point of not making this a triple threat match?
Who knows? It's WWE logic. It's like, what is Freddie Prinze Jr. writing this shit?
No, I think he left. I think actually they were better off when he was there. Here's my thing about this show so far.
Jimmy Jacobs, come on, buddy, save this shit.
Jimmy, please do something for us. So I'm watching the show, and you have Sheamus is our new Money in the Bank winner. You have Brie Bella comes in and actually gets pinned, and they still don't let AJ win the title.
And she pulls tissue out of her tits?
Yeah, exactly. And throws it in her, or tears it up. And then you have a horrible match of Big Show and Ryback in the first place, but then you have a disqualification in 6 or 7 minutes of Miz just coming in there, and there's no winner. It's like, so far, this is half the show. And this show is, in my mind, I'm pissed off. Like, if I would have paid $30, $40, $50 for this show, let alone a $124 ticket that I was about to do, for the show, oh my gosh, I was already pissed. I would have been furious at this point if I was in attendance.
Yeah, and I think we both expected this match to be terrible anyways, just because it's Ryback and Big Show, and neither of them can carry anybody.
Yeah, chances were slim that it was going to be solved.
Yeah, so honestly, I really didn't pay too much attention, but I like that The Miz is in it, and they're actually using The Miz again, so that's a positive.
I want to know what it's called of what The Miz wears. He wears like this headdress, and scarf, and
he looks like
or something.
He looks like Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars 3.
He does,
with the little hoodie on and everything. He just needs it covering his face a little bit.
That's a good comparison, actually. All right, so then we have the only good match of the night. I shouldn't say that, but it's definitely the match you'll remember of anything else, and that was Cena and Owens. I actually went back, watched this match a second time, because I wanted to actually watch their first match and this match, because I got into an argument last night with someone over which one was better. I thought the first one...
Mike?
What? No, it actually wasn't Mike. It's one of my friends from Columbus. He thought that this second match was match of the year, and he would have taken this match actually over the Cena-Punk match from Money in the Bank a couple years back.
Okay.
And I rewatched it. This match was good. It's not better than the first match, though, in my book.
I think it's close, but it's not. I think the first one was better.
Yeah, I'd say it's close. If I give the first match 5 stars, which I'm not saying it's a 5-star match, but I'm just saying if I were to give it 5 stars, I'd give this match at the very least a 4-star.
Yeah,
somewhere in between 4 to 5 even.
Yeah, I think this one was more of like them just hitting move after move after move, like main moves, like the whole time, and either countering it and countering it, and like the first one was just built perfectly, like story wise of wrestling, like building it up. Yeah, this one just seemed like an all out slugfest where they just went at each other with main move after main move, signature move, whatever you want to call them, and there's nothing wrong with that. No. I thought, but I preferred the first match over the second match. Yeah. But this match was very good, very enjoyable, and definitely match of the night.
Oh yeah.
Probably, I would say it's still probably in the top 5 of matches of the year so far.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, probably top 3 even.
Yeah. So, I definitely liked it. Now, the only thing I didn't like was I still think Owen should have won.
Okay.
Just because Cena doesn't need it. He doesn't.
But at the same time, when they're building up this feud, what would that have done for the feud differently as compared to now where we have 1 versus 1? Where we now have someone that beat Cena that was an NXT rookie, basically. I know he's a pro. He's been...
Because it doesn't matter. Cena is still going to be Cena. He's still going to be a top major star whether he won or lost that match.
Okay.
It would do wonders for Kevin Owens to show that he could do that. Now, they might do a third match, a best of 3, to see who finally does it. Maybe Owens will go over there. If that's their plan, okay, I can see that. But, since he attacked him at the end of the match and threw him into the, did his little power bomb into the ring, maybe that's what they're planning. If that would be, I would like to see that match at SummerSlam. That should be like a SummerSlam main event.
Yeah, absolutely, it should.
This second match should have been at SummerSlam anyways. It shouldn't have been 2 weeks fucking later after he won.
No, I agree. I think they didn't think that Owens was going to be as popular as he is.
Yeah, and that was the other thing I was going to bring up was he is so freaking popular as soon as he hit the roster. Like, I haven't seen anybody this, popular coming right in a long, long time.
I'll say this. I think the reaction he has gotten since coming in is stronger than even if AJ Styles would have jumped right into Raw.
Yeah, or even Joe.
Yes, or even Joe. Yeah.
And, CM Punk got good reactions when he came up because you're really trying to compare indie wrestlers and their reactions when they came up.
Yeah.
So, Daniel Bryan started off with NXT. I don't think he really got the reactions when he first started on NXT and stuff. I mean, yeah, people knew who he was and people were excited for him because, they knew who they were. CM Punk had a pretty big, following and stuff as well, but they weren't chanting his name and chanting his catchphrases. I mean, they didn't even bring up Fight Owens Fight or anything at all in his, when he first debuted on NXT, and the fans were already chanting it. The fans already knew everything about him. So I think the fans just really made him a bigger star already than probably WWE wanted him to be.
Yeah.
So
I think the fans for NXT is very similar to ECW fans. I think they're definitely very smart fans that know good wrestling, and they know who they want to succeed in that company. I thought it was hilarious, and we'll talk about this in the NXT review later on. But it was hilarious because I'm pretty sure it was Eve or one of the older girls that hasn't been on for a while. She came out and talking about how she wanted to be back in NXT and everything, and then the fans just didn't even give her time of day to talk, and they kept interrupting her. She had to she should have just kept going, but she didn't. She stopped every time they were interrupting her. It was 5 or 6 times, and they were chanting "You can't wrestle," which is true, but I thought it was just funny.
Yeah, you're there just because you are a hot piece of ass.
Exactly.
That's really it.
And they're too smart for that.
Yeah. So. All right, next match.
You know what? I don't like this next match for multiple different reasons. It was the Tag Team Championships. They were on the line. Primetime Players versus Big E and Xavier Woods for the titles on the line. Primetime Players won, which was surprising. But they won in 6 minutes. It really wasn't anything for you to really get built up for the win. It was just it felt really rushed, and it just felt like it was.
And there was no reason to rush it.
No, and I don't think it was time for them to lose the titles. I think the New Day is getting bigger, a little bit bigger and bigger as the months go on, and they're getting better with each other. So I really didn't care to see them lose the titles, but if they did, I would have at least liked a good match. And this match, not that it was a bad match, it was just so short.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on all that. It's nice to see someone different hold the titles, but we'll see where they go from here, because there's a couple heel teams that are out there now that could challenge them. I'd maybe like to see Ascension get something. The other one that just blows my mind is the Lucha Dragons. They came up, they were hot, they were winning, they disappeared, and what are they doing with them since?
Yeah, I mean, and they lost.
And they're so freaking talented.
Oh yeah.
And they just mesh so well together. I know me and you thought Sin Cara was a lost cause because they were pushing him down our throats when they first debuted that character. Even though it was the old Sin Cara, it's not the new one, but they were pushing him down our throats and building him up to be this next Rey Mysterio, pretty much.
Yeah.
And now that he's actually clicked with something and he's doing very well with it, and now they don't even really use him.
No. And I'm not going to lie. I'm a huge Big E mark. I won't lie about that. I really won't. I love Big E.
They've fucking screwed him.
Yeah, and so I didn't like to see him not losing the titles because he has charisma just oozing out of his pores. He really does. But anyways, we'll see where they go from here. We'll see now how New Day kind of reacts not having the titles. Kofi wasn't out there with them because he was in the previous Money in the Bank match, so... lastly, we had the main event being the World Heavyweight title ladder match between Rollins and Ambrose. I was really excited for this match, super excited. I love watching these two wrestle, and for the life of me, I can't explain it. This match bored the crap out of me, and it went on for a long time.
Well, that's like I was telling you earlier about they realized they had so much time left in the show that they asked them to do more. That's why Rollins was going after his leg and to draw the match out and attack his leg and stuff.
Yeah. Because
they had so much time. So I think that hurt the match a little bit, but it still wasn't a terrible match. I think it was a little bit above average. I think I think I was like you. I think it's because of our expectations for this match.
Yeah.
We expected so much more, and it was a little bit of a letdown. That's why I don't think we think it was as great, because we expected it to be a Triple H versus The Rock ladder match from SummerSlam '98, or a Shawn Michaels Razor Ramon kind of ladder match.
Yeah.
Like, we expected this to kind of make their careers or get them started on the right direction.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I did have high hopes. I know last week I talked about hoping that this was going to be Triple H versus Rock from SummerSlam '98. And it just, I don't know, I've watched it 2 times now. Because I thought maybe last night I didn't give it enough a shot. Maybe I was getting tired. And I don't know. I thought I just didn't give it a shot, I thought. So I watched it again today, and I was like, gosh, this is boring. Like, I'm bored.
The one thing I liked about this match is they let Seth do it on his own.
Yes, they did.
That is one huge thing I will take away from that match is, I don't want to say there's doubters out there, because I really haven't heard any, but it proves to the casual fan, okay, hey, Seth can do this stuff on his own, and he proved it.
Yeah.
I think we both talked about it a little bit earlier, with them both falling off with the title and landing there. I'm sure it's going to create something where there's going to be a third match between these two, but I don't know. Ladder matches are usually so concrete. There's one winner, this is the winner, and now they screwed that up. So what kind of a match could these two do next to do that,
I'm hoping for a dog collar match.
Yeah, I know. You have a fucking hard-on for dog collar matches.
I do. I love dog collar matches. That is the way.
But this isn't going to be a Roddy Piper, Greg Valentine dog collar match.
But it could be. Like, it really could be. Like Dean with a dog collar? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I guess I see your point.
That's money right there. I would love it. So, either that or, what they'll probably end up doing is maybe, you know what they could do? 3 Stages of Hell. That would be interesting, too.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while.
No, so maybe one of those. Overall...
You know what I think they should do?
What?
Triple Cage. Let's fucking bring it back. Let's start hashtag Triple Cage and start sending it to Vince and Triple H's Twitter accounts all day for nonstop. Just bring back Triple Cage. Bring it back.
Hashtag Triple Cage. We'll do it tonight.
Hashtag David Arquette.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. All right. So overall, I just talking about it and just rewatching the show now. Watched it 2 times now. The streak of good pay-per-views ended, as far as I'm concerned. But does the positive outweigh the negative on this show for you? What grade would you give this show?
Out of 10, I would give it a 6.
Okay, so
I said, slightly above average.
Yeah, but so you're giving it a 60%. That's like a D.
Yeah, but it's still on a, I'm not going to give it a, I don't think you're giving it a higher than that.
I did. Last night I did. I gave it a C+.
Okay, well, I can give it that, but
I don't know. There's goods and bads to it. It's not that the wrestling was bad, because it wasn't. No. It was good. It was actually decent wrestling. It was just
That's what I'm basing it off
of.
You're basing it off of, God damn it, Sheamus won. That killed it for you.
It started off when you have basically they struck out. The first 3 matches were strikeouts.
Okay, so if Roman Reigns wins that match instead of Sheamus, what grade do you give it?
It bumps at least a grade up.
Exactly my point. You're being biased on that one.
Okay, but what am I supposed to do?
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying.
All right, fair enough.
Your grade is lower because of Sheamus.
God, I hate Sheamus. If I saw Sheamus face to face, I would tell him I hate him.
Hey, I slapped hands with him before and talked to him for a moment.
Did you? What'd you guys talk about?
It was the night CM Punk left, and I said, "Hey, dude, where's CM Punk?" And he just shrugged his shoulders at me.
Oh, that's hilarious! Hey, buddy, where's CM Punk? I came to see CM Punk. Where is he? Oh, I don't know. I'm here though.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, where's Punk at? He got the night off or something? He just shrugged his shoulders at me.
All right, so something going into or a good cross segment would be something I was thinking about last night. The old In Your House pay-per-views, they used to be 2 hours long.
Like our podcast.
Like today's going to be.
Well, hurry up.
I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about, buddy. I'm sorry. It's a good show today. But then then I was thinking about like last night, or it's not even just last night. Other times I watch pay-per-views. When I get into that third hour of wrestling, maybe it's because I'm getting a little bit older, but it just seems like my attention span is just leaving. So my question to you would be, would you like to see like the 2 hour pay-per-views come back, or is 3 hours good for you?
I like 3 hour pay-per-views. I'd rather have 2 hour Raw.
Okay. Yeah.
I think pay-per-view should be the 3 hours. I think Raw should definitely be 2 hours. I kind of liked the 3 hour thing when it first started, but they didn't utilize it properly, so now I don't like it.
My thing about the 3 hour Raw is, as a wrestling fan, I want wrestling 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you add more hours of wrestling, I'm good with that. But at the same time, WWE sucks. So it's like it's boring.
They don't suck. It's just they don't know how to properly do.
Their writing staff sucks. They don't know how to write a 3 hour show anymore.
They don't even know how to write a goddamn hour.
They don't even know how to write a finish. Fucking Sheamus. All right, but yeah, I was wondering about that because of like the In Your House pay-per-views and Clash of the Champions with WCW. Those were all 2 hour shows, and they were really good. And 3 hours just seems sometimes like you're dragging a little bit, but we're also at a different time. I can understand where there's a lot more stuff going on. Now, also talking about the pay-per-views, something that they brought up last night. If you watched the show last night, you didn't hear them say pay-per-view. And when they were talking about Battleground, they didn't say pay-per-view. They are now calling these special events. So how do you feel about the name pay-per-view just getting like just swapped off for special events now that we're getting into like the WWE Network era?
That's what I expected. They don't really fucking put them on pay-per-views anymore, so why call them that?
Because they've been pay-per-views since the 80s.
Okay, it's just like Vince not saying, well, this isn't wrestling, this is sports entertainment.
Yeah, and I hate that.
It's the same thing.
It grinds my gears.
Yeah, well, it's not a pay-per-view. It's just a special event, or I don't really like the word special event. I think it should be something else. I mean, I don't really know anything off the top of my head, but it's the same thing. It's like, well, this isn't wrestling. This is sports entertainment.
I just hate that we're now in a time for wrestling where you have WWE calling them special events and you have TNA putting pay-per-views on Destination America.
Yeah, and you don't pay anything for it.
And it's a horrible show.
Other than your regular cable bill.
Yeah, right. So, I don't know. It just I noticed that last night, and it just really I hate change like that. Like it's a pay-per-view. It's still a pay-per-view. They are on pay-per-view. Like outside of Elimination Chamber, you still can be a dumbass and pay for these as opposed to $9.99 on the network.
You know what, Jeff? It's just hard times, buddy.
Hard times, Daddy. Hard times. All right, so something else that I wanted to bring up, and this is going to be a touchy subject. And it's always a touchy subject. And that's kind of why I want to bring it up, because I saw someone on Facebook bring up this topic. And it's like one of those memes where like it says like I'm just going to sit here with my popcorn and watch the replies or something. And the topic is the whole controversy behind Chris Benoit and what he did or what he didn't do with the darkest day in wrestling history ever. It's fascinating to me how opinionated it makes people and how much hate they have in their bodies on this topic that we don't even know a true answer for. What do you think actually went down on this night? Do you think Chris did it?
Yeah, of course.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. So you think he did everything? His son, his wife, then him?
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. I agree. I do. It's very interesting to hear other people's opinions about it because, like, some people think that.
Well, people just love conspiracy theories.
They do.
That's like, I've heard conspiracy theories that the Holocaust was made up. And I've heard conspiracy theories that 9/11 and those buildings never fell and stuff like that. Like crazy things. Like, or our president or our country set up 9/11. Like, really? Just off the wall crazy things that like that. I mean, I'm not comparing Chris Benoit to those kind of tragedies because those tragedies are way more important than Chris Benoit's, but it's just people just want conspiracy theories on stuff, but yeah, I know. Go on.
Do you think that he should be blackballed completely? Is there a time where we can separate the man versus the wrestler, or is it's too horrific of a thing where we can even fathom the idea of separating the two?
There's just no cases before this. That's the thing, is they don't know. There's never been a case like this before, so it's hard to handle. I think WWE has done the right thing with it.
Okay. I don't agree with that.
I mean, to me personally, Chris Benoit was probably in my favorite matches ever. The best of 7 with Booker T were my favorite matches when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And they still are to these days. Like, I'll go back and watch those 7 matches any day, every day, and just love it. And
so you can still watch Chris Benoit matches?
Yeah, okay. No doubt. The guy was one of the best wrestlers that ever lived.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. But, I mean, I get WWE's point of view and why they don't do it, because of they don't want the bullshit and the controversy and the backlash that comes from people. They think, okay, let's just sweep this under the rug and never mention it again, and we won't have to deal with all the backlash and controversy. That's where I think WWE is coming from, and I get it, and as a company, I understand it.
I get that, but at the same time, they've already gotten the bullshit. They had their name dug under the rug so much.
Yeah, because he was on steroids and stuff, but that was his personal choice. I mean, that was the reason they made the wellness policy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously WWE could have done a lot better and actually started testing for this stuff way before then. So I get it why people are going to blame WWE for that, but it wasn't. I don't know. I guess it probably was a little bit of a problem because there was a few guys back then that were doing it. I mean, Benoit. Eddie Guerrero got really big. I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie was doing it.
Yeah.
A lot of people say Brock Lesnar was on it early in his days, even though he denies it. I'm sure there's other guys I just can't think of off the top of my head. Yeah. So, I mean.
The reason this came up this week was because someone actually had a theory that it was actually a woman who, killed their son, and it wasn't Chris. And then Chris then killed her for killing the son, and then he hung himself.
Yeah, but wouldn't you think he would write a note for that or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The whole thing fascinates me. I love just going online and searching for this stuff. Me personally, Benoit is... Actually, this is funny. This is a true story. For the first whole month after this whole thing happened, I had a reoccurring dream, where Chris Benoit comes to my house, and he tells me that his wife is trying to kill him, and me and him find hideout spots so she doesn't kill him. It's so weird. It's a reoccurring dream I had for a full month. I haven't had it for years.
And that'll be the end of our show, guys. Thank you for listening. Jeff's got to go to the fucking mental ward.
Don't you have reoccurring dreams like that? Sometimes about certain stuff.
Yeah, with Judy Bagwell.
Is she trying to get Viagra?
She wants me to be that 80s guy, but she only likes that 70s guy. Mike, awesome.
Oh, it's great. Oh. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to bring up on this topic?
No, I said what I needed to say. I think.
Yeah, I think everything I said I needed to say. For me, I couldn't watch a Chris Benoit match for a little while, honestly, after the whole thing happened. But I'm a kind of person where I don't believe that he should be blackballed. I don't believe that they should edit stuff out so his stuff doesn't show up in DVDs. I believe he should be featured in DVDs for his wrestling work. I personally can separate the two. I don't think a lot of people can, and I think a lot of people just see him as a killer, and that's it. And that's fine. That's their opinion. They can have that opinion. Maybe I'm just a little more neutral on the thing. I don't know. I'll probably get hate. Maybe this will be the one time we actually get tweets back. Just hating on my opinion on this.
Maybe.
All right, so moving on. Something cool that happened today. Well, it could be cool, I guess. Depends how you look at it. In a surprising turn of events, Chyna actually visited WWE headquarters today. Which, I don't know. Maybe you think that's cool. Maybe you don't. I think.
As you drop shit.
Yeah, well, that was the dog. Stop it. I think it's cool because it could be the start of her reinventing herself or showing herself to people around the world as not just like this drugged out.
Well, she's already showing herself to the world.
Yeah, she's shown way more to herself than most people would like to have seen, probably. But I don't know. What do you think? Like, where did it go wrong with Chyna exactly? Like, obviously she did porn and everything like that. Is there a way for her to have this rebirth effect within the industry?
No, absolutely not.
You think she's just done? Like you could never, you couldn't get behind the fact of her like getting sober completely again and just cleaning up.
Well, I hope she does. I mean,
I'd kind of like to see her in the Hall of Fame, and for that to happen, this has to happen.
Yeah, but I don't know, with all the shit, like I just read recently where she's still accusing X-Pac of raping her and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So and that she was just doing that not too long, like on a radio show, Opie Anthony or just Opie show. Yeah. So no, I'm gonna say no. And
now, do you think that maybe because she's like filming this documentary about like I forget what the re-evolution, I forget what it is, something but she's filming this documentary. Do you think that maybe her and the person that just are shooting this documentary just decided to show up at WWE headquarters and they're just in the lobby from this picture that's getting shown online? Or do you think Hunter actually called her up and was like, let's figure something out?
I think she probably just showed up because isn't she had problems with Hunter in the past too, saying he hit her and stuff? I'm pretty sure.
Probably. I think she's made a lot of accusations. I know she's made a lot of accusations about Stephanie even, so...
Yeah, I'm going to go now.
All right.
I think she just showed up on her own.
All right. Well, we'll see where this goes. Me personally, I thought this was a cool thing because I always like to see people that have hit rock bottom, and she definitely hit rock bottom. I mean, if you're doing meth and porn, then you've hit rock bottom.
That's the American dream. That's what Dusty wanted us to do. Meth and porn.
Oh, it comes full circle. All right. We're going to talk about a couple just weekly shows now. There's a couple segments that I'd like to bring in as weekly occurrences, and that's going to be Ring of Honor and NXT. So let's talk about Ring of Honor. I know you were excited about Ring of Honor.
What about CZW this weekend?
What happened in CZW?
And the TOD.
The TOD. Who showed up at the TOD?
Nick fucking Gage.
Oh man, we even had a Ricky Shane Page sighting.
Yeah, and some Nick fucking Gage. God, I love that guy.
And I would love to have a conversation with him for 1 minute.
You probably can. Just pay him $5. Or bring him. You know what you should do? You should go buy a Monopoly board and just take the get out of jail free card and give it to him and see what he does.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Oh, I wonder what his reaction would be. I wonder if he would laugh. I don't think the man knows how to laugh anymore.
I think he would laugh a little bit and then probably beat the shit out of you.
I would definitely get a whooping from Nick Gage. But anyways, Ring of Honor.
And then he'd stand over you and say, I'm the fucking man.
He'd shoot a promo on me right there.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks the world is a promo.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Jeff? Cancer didn't kill you, but I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Oh man, I cannot.
God, that was.
I cannot wait.
I wish I recorded that. I think if he does a promo at the AIW show next month, I will record it.
You should. You should now just always record anything that of when he comes out.
I wish he did more Facebook promos like he did that one time.
With like the Bulls jersey and everything.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a character.
God, him and Rhino back in the day, man. I'm telling you, gold.
Now him and New Jack as a tag team, they'd tear it up.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how many lawsuits they'd have? They would literally probably have killed people.
Probably.
All right, Ring of Honor. We go from death to Ring of Honor. What did you think of Ring of Honor this week? Was it better than last week?
Yes.
Yes, it was.
And the thing I like about Ring of Honor, their wrestling. Their wrestling is fucking good. Yeah. Good stuff. Every single match was really good.
I'll be honest. I kind of skimmed on that Brutal versus Cheeseburger match.
Yeah. I didn't watch that.
I saw the ending though. Did you see the ending? Yeah, the ending was awesome.
Yeah, I don't really remember it.
No, well, I'm just saying like the table shot. He basically throws him right through a table, like him and Cheeseburger.
Yeah. Who the fuck named your wrestling name? Hey, what's your wrestling name gonna be, kid? Oh, Cheeseburger.
That sounds like the guy went to the school of Ryback.
Hey, look at that! Johnny Manziel right in front row of Raw, and he's got a Miz shirt.
Johnny Wrestling.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yeah, sorry, we're watching Raw as we're doing this.
Well, one of us is being professional and has nothing on the TV.
Yeah, okay. So, anyways, Ring of Honor, I really liked the wrestling this week. I liked Daniels and Kaz's promo to start, and
they're one of the best tag teams in the world.
They are the best tag team in the world right now.
Promo-wise, ever? No, I don't think so. But promo-wise, right now, they are the best tag team in the world.
They're the best wrestling tag team too. I'll put them against anybody.
You put them against the Wolves, even?
Yep, better than them. If not on par with them, or they're equal. Yeah. But no, I mean, those guys are just fucking good. They know what they're doing. Yeah. I wish WWE would sign them because they would be epic.
Well, they signed Kaz one time, and then they told him you had to cut your hair, and he said no, and now he has a shaved head.
Yeah, that is kind of ironic, isn't it? That's funny
because he's too much like Triple H.
Yeah. So I liked all the wrestling. That was that first match against that one kid, and that was it O'Reilly, I think his name was. He was impressive. I looked at him, I'm like, he probably ain't gonna be that great. He impressed the shit out of me.
No, he was
for being a match. So that was a good one. Then the next match was that Dylan Castle versus Justin
Justin Thunder Liger.
Yeah, no, I always call him Justin.
I know.
I think a lot of people do. But that match was really good. I've never seen the Dylan Castle character before, but that dude frickin' owns it. Yeah. He does that character so well. He's so into it and everything.
It's a bizarre character, but like you said, he owns up to it.
Yeah, it's super bizarre, but he owns it and just works it. It's so good. Then you had that cheeseburger match. I didn't watch that. And then the main event, which was the Bullet Club, Gallows and I forget the other guy's name off the top of my head, and Mike Bennett and what's his partner's name?
Man, I just watched it too.
Yeah, I forget his name too. Forgive us, we were just watching Ring of Honor for the first time. At least I am. He's watched it before, but not in a long time. But I really liked the Mike Bennett's tag team. I mean, they looked like they could be like in WWE and be one of the top tag teams right now. Like, I thought they were that good. I know the Bullet Club is like the big craze right now. That's like one of the big, everybody's on the bandwagon of. And I haven't fully seen it yet, but I'll give it time and see what it's all about. I don't really know what it's all about since this is only my second show. But I'm interested to see them. They were a really good tag team match. And then they were building up for their pay-per-view, which is actually this Friday, which is Best in the World. CM Punk just shoot them thing. Yeah, that was
Gallows'
his name.
Partner.
Yeah, and they like tag team over everywhere. They were they actually fought on
with Michael Bennett.
Okay, and they just fought. They were actually on the Global Force Wrestling show, the Bullet Club, Gallows and
were they both?
Anderson.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Bullet Club is, the Bullet Club.
Well, they got Moose. They got Moose too. So they must have the whole Bullet Club. Yeah. So, they're both of those teams were really good.
I wish it would have gone longer because that would have been an awesome, just 20-minute war.
Yeah, and I think they're probably saving that for the pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. I mean, they have done a better job of kind of doing little things, at least on this week, to promote a little bit towards the show with promos in the back as well. I know some of the.
Oh, don't even get me started on this Briscoe.
Yeah, Briscoes were back there, and
the world champion dude I could take, he's legit.
Oh, I know. I was watching.
The other guy is oh my god, I can't. I mean, I know a lot of people love the Briscoes and think they're awesome. That's great, but don't ever let that fucking one with the no teeth talk again. Sorry, he was. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
You can't understand anything he says. He sounds like he just made moonshine and his own meth and took it before the show.
Yeah, I mean that's basically how he sounds. He's a country bumpkin kind of guy. That's what they've done the whole time to get over, and it works. But yeah, I understand. I mean, it's kind of irritating to watch him talk, but that's his gimmick, and I don't know how much of a gimmick it really is.
No. But enough of the positive, and on to the negative. Okay. The worst announcers I've ever seen in my life. Kevin Kelly and Steve Corino do a terrible job. They need new announcers, ASAP, because it sounds so scripted, and it's something happens in the ring, and 3 seconds later, Kevin Kelly's oh, come on, man, what was that? What are you doing? It just sounds so like someone's reading him in his headset what to say, and it's delayed. It just sounds so stupid.
Yeah,
and
the thing is, there's not a face and a heel announcer either. Carino was a heel for ROH for a very long time, and he was even doing heel announcing. But now he's not. It's two good guys out there on the same have the same opinion basically on everyone, and it doesn't work. You need there's no color commentator on the team. Yeah. I mean, you're right. The announcing isn't great. I've seen and heard worse, but the team's not good, and it doesn't get you excited about the show. It's just people talking in the background while you're watching awesome wrestling.
Yeah. And I really think they need new announcers. Their production quality and the lighting isn't the greatest, but I get that for being a small federation, so I'll give them a pass on that.
With that.
But they don't do anything else though. It's promo match, promo match, promo match, promo match. And obviously they haven't recorded a show that is for Destination America. It all is seems like pre-recorded shows. They haven't even mentioned that the announcers haven't mentioned, hey, we're on Destination America, thanks for this chance, blah blah blah. You haven't even heard that yet. It's these are all just pre-recorded shows, and I really want to see them step up because they can obviously become the second best wrestling company in the world with this TV deal right now, and it'll be just with a little bit of help, because they obviously would blow TNA away. Now, a lot of people around me would say Lucha Underground's the best wrestling in the planet right now, which it probably is. I don't doubt it at all with all the talent they got, but I just don't see it because I don't have the channel.
Okay, here's the thing about Lucha, and all right, this is a loaded answer. I don't agree with you on Ring of Honor. They need a lot of help. Do they need a lot of help of what's going on?
Oh, they would blow TNA away right now if they had some better announcing and actually did some like stuff other than promos. Like, I don't really know how to put it.
I understand what you're saying. You want actual storylines to be developed, and that's how professional wrestling goes.
Yeah. Like, I think that my biggest thing is the announcers. They don't make me care.
Yeah, no, and I agree. They need to. You can have those two. You know, I really don't like Kevin Kelly.
No, I think he's the worst. I think I could live with Carino, but they need somebody better, like Michael Cole. And I know you hate Michael Cole. He would do circles around these guys.
Yeah, he would. I think Carino is good when he is. He just seems like he's just distant from announcing.
You know who they really need? You know who they really need is Mike Tenay. Even though he doesn't announce for TNA anymore, fucking sign him.
I mean,
Mike Tenay would be amazing for them.
Colt Cabana is a call away.
Tony Schiavone, bring him back. Bring him back from the grave.
Bring him back from the grave. Yeah, I mean, there's people that they can get out there.
Mark Madden.
Get Tony Schiavone even.
Scott Hudson.
Yeah, I mean, there's people out there that they can get. I know for TV, they've had Kevin Kelly out there for a long time, and he would even do a lot of the backstage stuff too. So I don't know what is the hookup of them not getting people or reaching out to other people to do it. I don't know. Maybe they're content with it, but they need better announcing.
Well, I think it's loyalty too, because Kelly's been there pretty much since he got shit canned from WWE.
Yeah. They need the way they develop their storylines is in the ring. Like Ring of Honor is a different kind of company as opposed to others, where there's not a whole lot of like backstage stuff. There is sometimes, but a lot of the stuff is like post matches, beat downs, and stuff like that, and kind of promos afterwards. So I think Ring of Honor is past its expiration date of getting up to the point where they can completely compete, but it's a very good start of them being on a show, and I think they can maybe repackage some stuff, and maybe along the way, if they're given enough time, they're able to redo some stuff and get their contracts in a row with other people that are going to help them do that. Because I think they have some really good foundation players there, but they need other stuff. As far as Lucha Underground goes, I love Lucha Underground wrestling. My problem with Lucha Underground is you know the term where people talk about, wrestling is just a soap opera for men. Lucha Underground kind of takes that to heart, because they literally have stuff on there that you're like, this is like a soap opera. Like it's not that it's bad acting, it's that it's acting. Like they actually have acting stuff. Like they do stuff and they film stuff in ways where it's like you're actually watching stuff set up in a way where it looks like an action movie or something like that. So they actually do like acting for Lucha Underground. The wrestling's awesome. I love that they have Del Rio in there. I love that they have Morrison in there. Hernandez. I love seeing who?
Matt Cross.
Yeah, Matt Cross. Yes. He's killing it there. I love the female wrestlers on there. Like, they have female wrestlers versus male wrestlers, and they own it completely. It's amazing. So I really am a huge fan of the wrestling on there. I just wish it was more like a wrestling show and not.
I wish I had it on TV so I could watch it.
Yeah, and
an English version.
I'm very lucky, because the only other time I saw it before I switched to my KO package that I have now is I watched the actual, like...
What channel is it even?
For me, I don't even remember.
Like the American channel.
Oh, it's, what is it, Del Rey? El Rey?
I don't even know if I have that, but I'll have to look later.
Yeah, check on it, or I mean, I don't know if they have it like streaming on their website or anything, but I mean, if you get a chance, watch it, because it is fun to watch. It's really fun.
Yeah, because all I ever hear about is just how good the wrestling is, and I believe it with all that talent.
Oh yeah, and they add in a lot of lucha wrestlers and some Japanese wrestlers and everything. I don't know if there's any. There probably is under masks and everything, but it's just really good wrestling.
Do they got the juice?
They don't have the juice. But you know what they do have is they have...
Super Crazy?
No, they have Vampiro.
Wasn't he an announcer?
He's the announcer. He's plumped up. He's a little bit of a chubbier dude now.
Yeah, God, I loved Vampiro back in the day.
So yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite shows to watch, especially just for an hour. I wish it was even more than that, but it is a little weird / irritating sometimes when you see how they develop storylines, because they have like storylines of like they have like a Vince McMahon type of guy who's like an actual like mobster, and he has like hits on people, or like the Chavo Guerrero's in there, and like Chavo came in the other week saying that like I'm aligned myself with these people because these people have given me full security in Mexico because people want to kill me. So it's like, yeah, I mean, some of this stuff is bizarre. It really is like a soap opera with wrestling.
Oh boy.
All right, so next thing I wanted to bring up was this week's Impact. Or not Impact, oh my gosh. What am I saying?
You mean Thunder?
You mean Velocity?
Sunday Night Heat?
Are we talking about Livewire tonight?
WCW Saturday Night Superstars?
Or
how about WCW Worldwide on Sunday mornings?
That would be great. You could watch El Dandy.
Oh my God, they had all the jobbers on that, but I would always watch it. Like the main event would be Hacksaw, like way past his prime.
Yeah. I want to talk about NXT real quick. You are still getting caught up, so you're going to be out of the loop a little bit on this, and that's just how it goes. So get caught up.
I'm almost.
Are you almost there? Okay.
I think like 7 or 8.
Okay. This week was not an epic NXT. Some weird things happened. So we start the show off with Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, the hype machine. He's back, and he's back with Zack Ryder for a couple weeks now. Zack Ryder was like in the back, just talking about like Unstoppable, and then Mojo came up to him, and through that now I've seen them like when they do their local NXT visits, they're together as a tag team. So they were a tag team, and
why didn't he team up with the Big O?
With the Big O, man.
He was one of the 40 finalists for Tough Enough this year.
Was he?
Yeah, and they didn't pick him.
He didn't make the cut?
No, he was one of the top final 40 though. I saw.
I didn't know that. All I saw was there was 2 people from Ohio that were actually there was a person from Lakewood, Ohio, close to Cleveland, that made it to the final 40. I just checked the final 13 list, and we're going to talk more about Tough Enough next week. But he didn't make it.
Yeah, sorry, we got derailed by the Big O.
But,
God, that guy was great on Zack Ryder's YouTube.
Yeah, he was. Zack Ryder's YouTube, that was the in thing for a while. But anyways, yeah, Ryder and Mojo got the win, so it looks like they're going to be a solid tag team in the division. I think for Ryder that's great. Not that he's with Mojo, because I think Mojo is a dead end. He's a nobody. He's not going to go anywhere ever. I promise you. But Zack Ryder is a kind of person that needs to be on NXT. They don't know what to do with him in the WWE, and that's fine. He doesn't even care, I don't think. I think he really just wants to entertain the fans, and the best way to do that is to be with the internet fans, so to speak, and that's with NXT. So I like that.
Question about NXT real quick. Is Baron Corbin still having 35-second matches?
No, he has.
Does he actually wrestle yet?
They still count for him.
Yeah. Like, he bores the ever-living piss out of me.
Well, it'll what they did with Bull Dempsey this week too will interest you. But before that, we had
Blue Pen. I love Blue Pen.
Everyone loves Blue Pen, and it was her birthday. The crowd was chanting "Happy Birthday."
Nice.
Yeah. So she fought Emma this week. Emma, you know what? Emma's looking kind of hot with like the like eyeliner and stuff like that she's putting on. You probably haven't seen her lately, but she's back into NXT. She's as a heel.
What'd she do? Steal you an iPhone case?
Yeah, right. But so I mean, the match was okay. I don't think Emma's overall that great. I think her match with Paige for that first that first event was more so Paige and just these two girls clicking. I'm not a huge fan of Emma, but I mean it's nice for people like that who need to come back to NXT. They can, and they'll still get recognized by the crowd. So, see who even won that one. It was probably Emma. Yeah, Emma won. And then Tyler Breeze versus Bull Dempsey. How far they
please tell me. Please tell me Tyler Breeze still has the fuzzy selfie stick.
You know, I don't know if he has the fuzzy selfie stick. He changes all the time.
Yeah, he's got the long selfie stick it's all furred out like his stuff. It's amazing. Yeah. It's like the greatest thing ever. Like we should have a Tyler Breeze, Nick Gage fucking selfie contest and like. Yeah.
So, but anyways, the interesting thing about this match is it wasn't a good match. It was basically Tyler Breeze running around and then Bull getting tired, which was kind of bizarre coming from Bull with like Corbin from like a couple months ago, where they were both like billed as these huge trucks that are gonna...
Well, Corbin was, and he destroyed Bull every time.
Yeah, but Bull was still being like perceived as like a wrecking guy, you know? Yeah. But not anymore. And then it was really stupid. In the back, you see Bull with Regal, and he has like a bag of Doritos, which he strategically covered up Doritos with his hand, by the way. And William Regal is trying to, I'm pretty sure he's trying to announce that Baron and no, not Baron. What is it? No, the guy with the face paint, Finn Balor. Balor and Owens are going to fight for the title at this big Japanese show the WWE is doing that's going to be on the network. So I think he was talking about that, and then Dempsey interrupts him, and he's like eating Doritos, and William Regal's kind of telling him you gotta like take care of yourself, and then he takes the bag of Doritos away from him, and then he goes back into his tights and he grabs like a Hershey's bar or something like that. So they're kind of now making him into like a fatty kind of thing. So I don't know.
Like a fucking joke?
Yeah, it seemed really weird to me.
Wow,
yeah.
Dude, this dude went from like looking like Hugh Morris to now he's going to look like the Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters.
He's going to look like Hugh Morris ate Hugh Morris.
Like he's going to look like Ralphus from Chris Jericho's security guy.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Just the thought of that.
With the like extra small T-shirt that barely went below his
tit. It was like a bra shirt.
That's great.
Becky Lynch then fought Jessie McKay. No, it was nothing really to talk about. Just Becky Lynch is just continuing.
So why'd you mention it?
Because I'm just going through the show, kid. She's getting more and more popular. I really enjoyed her match at Unstoppable, so it's cool to see her out there, and it's just a easy win for her. So we'll see where they take it from there. And Baron Corbin defeated Angelo Dawkins. I still talked about like the whole thing with like Rhino and him. I'm not a fan of Baron Corbin. Corbin gets the win here, but I don't know. I don't really see the appeal in Baron Corbin. I like that he has a wolf on his coat.
That's what you like about him?
Yes.
Is he has a fucking wolf on his coat.
I thought his vignettes coming up were kind of cool, but I don't care for him. And then
I feel like he needs like the Undertaker Chuck Palumbo gimmick and like a motorcycle to ride around the ring with.
Oh gosh, I don't know if that'll help. That might make it worse.
He needs something because he bores the piss out of me.
Me too. I mean, that's why I really hated the Dempsey and Corbin feud, because both of the guys do nothing for me. I don't think.
Yeah. Like I'd rather watch Sheamus win Money in the Bank.
I would.
Oh wait, that happened.
Yeah. Oh wait, that already happened. And then in the main event, Samoa Joe wrestled. So you didn't really bill Samoa Joe to a big match for his debut match. He just defeated Scott Dawson But you're like, who? Yeah, it's an open.
Isn't that the announcer?
No. Are you thinking of Scott Stanford?
I don't know, somebody.
Yeah. But at the end of it, actually,
that was the main.
Yeah, that was the main event. But it was all set up because
Joe against a jerk off.
Yeah, basically. It actually the review actually says Joe bulldozed Dawson. But during the match, Owens was out for commentary, which he was entertaining on commentary, honestly.
Not as entertaining as Tyler Breeze is on commentary.
Can anyone really be that entertaining, though?
Oh, my God. Tyler Breeze was great that one time. Him and Renee Young were just going at it.
But anyways, William Regal at the end of the night came back out and announced that next week's NXT main event is Joe versus Owens. So it's not going to happen at a special event that a lot of people were talking about. It's going to happen just on a random NXT episode next week. So, I don't know. I thought the show was okay because you had Joe on there, you had Kevin Owens on there, there was a Prince Pretty sighting. They were doing some stuff with, like, as much as I don't really understand it or agree with it, doing stuff with Bull Dempsey to kind of develop his character a little bit, whichever way they're taking it. But I don't know. I just thought this week's episode was kind of lackluster compared to what NXT is used to. All right, and that's going to bring us up to our last topic of the day. And then we're going to get out of here, because I know it's been a long show. I know you're ready.
We're at 1:15, buddy.
Okay, well, that's good. I honestly expected the show to be an hour and a half. I didn't want to tell you that, but that's what I expected. And this one's not going to be too long of a topic, but it was something I really wanted to bring up, because with the passing of Dusty, it made me think of things. Goldust is pretty much done. He may come back for a little bit, who knows. But not to say he was doing bad, but he's done. So you have Cody Rhodes, and you have him as Stardust. I don't know he is owning this gimmick. Like we talked about with other people, it's important to own your gimmick. He is owning it. But do you think this would be a chance for him to come out tonight and kind of just take away the Stardust, take away the face paint, and really bring back that name?
Yeah, because I think the crowd would be really behind him.
Oh, yeah. If there's any time for a crowd to be behind Cody Rhodes, as Cody Rhodes, with that last name of Rhodes and holding that legacy, it's right now.
I would even mark out if he came out with the black with the yellow polka dot whole getup.
Oh no, not me. I hated that gimmick. I hated that. That was.
I mean, I know he wouldn't do it, but at least some kind of tribute.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if he did some polka dots somewhere on his outfit, as a tribute. But I just think it would be an awesome way to bring out Cody Rhodes and to reinvent himself again as Cody Rhodes, because I don't know how far the Stardust character can go, but I believe Cody Rhodes as himself can get to that world title.
Because he was there already, and they dropped the ball.
Yeah. That was before something like this, and I know
that was before he even teamed with Sandow.
Yeah. And I hate when they kind of use someone's death to reevaluate a character and kind of give them that sympathy push. But I'll be honest, I love Cody Rhodes, and I will agree with anything to get him into where I believe he should be.
Yeah, because he's way too talented to be stuck here right now. Like, this kid should have won a Money in the Bank already, and he should at least be in the hunt for the WWE title right now. Like, I would love to see matches with him and Rollins, him and Ambrose, him and Bray, even, something.
Yeah.
Like, he would kill it. And I don't know where it went wrong when they dropped the ball on him. Like, I thought he was really going to start getting going again when his brother came back and he was feuding against the Authority. Like, I thought that was going to be his catapult.
Yeah, I mean, personally with Cody, there is very few people that have a love for this industry like Cody does. Very few people that will work as hard as Cody would to get himself higher up. I mean, before you had the backing of his father. You don't have that anymore. But I truly believe that Cody is someone that can get to where we believe he should be.
He could draw money, and he could win. He could be a world champion, no doubt. Like, if you ever wanted to, put somebody with him, and I know they've talked about doing this before with people, but if Ric Flair really wants to manage somebody, why not this kid?
Yeah, I mean, I remember they were talking about like doing that with Miz like a while ago, and they
Miz and Dolph, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dolph would see. You don't need Dolph doesn't need. I don't know how much Cody needs it, but Cody needs something right now.
Yeah, like even making
good.
him.
Cody's real good.
And even making him a Heyman guy, even.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I would have rather have seen him than Curtis Axel. I mean, they basically did the same thing because Axel has the last name.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just stop putting him in tag teams. Just let him carry that last name of Rhodes and let that legacy become him. Let fans get a taste of him again as Cody Rhodes. Let him just kill it. Have tributes to his father. Let him do it. I really think it would work. I mean, it hasn't worked in the past, but I think right now, I think people's hearts would be more open to it, and just let it happen.
Yeah, because we're not going to get Legacy back anytime soon, which sucks. But
not unless he decides he wants to become a wrestler again,
which would be totally awesome. But
yeah,
that's a story for another day.
I know you loved him.
Both of them, I thought they were awesome.
That was a fun tag team.
I loved when he started doing the $1 million stuff and he had Maurice.
Yeah, and the thing with that tag team is you see a lot of legacy type people with just a last name of a former Hall of Famer come in and they suck. They're not good. Yeah. But those two were good.
Yeah, and the only one that's never been good is Horace Hogan.
Oh, Horace. Oh man, we can't end with Horace Hogan. Gosh. All right, well, everyone, we are.
Well, how about Ron and Don, the Harris boys? Remember them?
Man, how many horrible people can you come up with in an hour show?
Hey, remember, sex sells.
Sonny Siaki.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We are going to get out of here for this week. Enjoy the playings of...
You forgetting something,
man. No, I didn't forget anything.
Yes, you did.
What?
We got a DVD offering.
Well, we do. I was gonna post that on our Twitter. I wasn't even gonna...
Well, you could do both.
Okay. All right, well, talk about it. What are we doing?
I don't know. You came up with the idea, so you tell the fans.
Right. Well, what we're doing is we are doing a giveaway for the Daniel Bryan DVD that just came out. All you have to do is follow us, and I think that's going to be it. And basically, I'm just going to put all names in a hat. We're going to go from there. I don't know. Maybe we'll have more information about.
How about give us a comment or a mention on our YouTube video?
Do this. You have to either mention us in a tweet or retweet something that we have said for you to be, and you have to be a follower. You do that, you're in the running for the new Daniel Bryan DVD, scot free, and you're good to go.
Sounds
good. All right, awesome.
Do hosts get a chance